Morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to a bit of Vampyr today. I actually don't know what we're doing, but we're going to find out. I'm just going to say right off the bat, gaming news has been very bad lately. Layoffs. I might talk a bit about Redfall. That's the easier topic. I will say right now, I'm going to make some enemies by saying that if you think negative reviews did anything to affect change with Helldivers, it was not. Sony's legal teams talked with Valve's legal teams, and they'd pulled the game. And that was it. That's all that happened. That's all that will happen.
It's locked, all right.
They're getting wise to me now.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah. I will say that what Sony did with like PSN and banning things was bad. Vietnam has banned Steam. Like the day after they got access to Helldivers again. Yeah. Hi-Fi Rush, people are giving Microsoft money to tell them how bad they are. It's like giving me $7 for a super chat and calling me retarded. At the end of the day, who's the retard if you gave me $7? You know? There, that's pretty much it. I will say, whatever happens, I sympathise with the people at Tango Softworks who've lost their jobs. The idea that Hi-Fi Rush sold poorly because it sold 3 million copies, that's atrocious. That's absolutely appalling that Microsoft think that's low sales. Like, what were we expecting? It's a fucking rhythm game, you know? Yeah, don't get me wrong, I remember Guitar Hero was a rhythm game. Once the most famous game on the planet, pretty much. It enjoyed the same fame as like Fortnite and Call of Duty, and like as long-lasting. It wasn't just a quick trend. Old newspaper. The bomb exploded just after the dawn in the front of the Dawson and Dawson munitions factory, largest employer in the district. The detonation smashed the windows of the factories in New Southwick. It's a miracle only 2 people died in the attack, confirmed Chief Inspector Alexander Brighton. So,
it's locked.
We know that a gentleman had witnessed an explosion, and he's so drunk he can't even remember where it happened. So we're going to try and use that as a little bit of evidence. A burned letter. Miss Paxton, I recently heard Hampton shelter for months and money or support of any kind without a positive answer from you. I may be... My boys will always get what they... No, Matt accepted no for an answer. You keep on refusing to answer me, and Wetboot Boys come, you and your sister. Lottie Paxton. We've got clues. Yeah. So. Yes. But yes, like, whatever happens, like, with this outrage, but again, I just think, like, review blooming, the opposite, I saw it described as review blooming, and that's the term I'm going to use. Handwritten prayer, god damn it, how much stuff we got. Right, why is that not coming up now? Right, where do I find that? Here? Dear Lord, this is my prayer for my beloved mother, Gertrude Paxton, who now awaits her daughters in heaven. Until that day, I thank you for allowing me to wake up and go through each new day in honest poverty and modesty. Please protect the good, Mr. Hampton, who let us sleep in his night shelter. I humbly ask you to forgive me for the resentment I feel towards my sister, Gazella, since my mother died. Blessed be her soul. Thank you, God, for hearing me. Amen. Oh, getting quite a few clues for this Lottie Paxton. I've heard Lottie's voice. There she is. So even though we don't know her name or anything like that, well, we've identified her through the clues. Just gonna keep that in place. Yeah, all the old mistakes are being made again. Support the developers it's such a lovely idea, isn't it? Buying games from publishers, but no. I'm gonna tell people how the way the relationship with the publisher and developer works. The developer goes to the publisher with a pitch for their game. Okay, they give the idea of the game to the publisher. The publisher says, okay, that sounds really good. We're going to give you a lump sum to make it. Or we'll give you... whatever, they'll write a contract of how much money they're going to give. Okay? Then, the developer makes the game, and the publisher takes the money. The idea of supporting the devs doesn't necessarily work, or like people think, like, oh, they get a cut. That's very rare. or if it's in a contract, it's very hush-hush. People don't talk about it a lot. Bottle paper. Forgive me, God, for what I am about to confess. Sometimes I wish I never saved Dyson Delaney from drowning when he fell in the canal. There, I said it. Please forgive me, Lord, for I'm just a sinner. Dyson may be the most frustrating case I've ever had to deal with since I opened my night shelter in the East End. For years I've tried to understand why this man regularly makes me so irritated, and I think I recently found a way. Dyson has stopped fighting for good and forever. I've met so many heavy drinkers in my life, men and women, rich and poor, young and old. I've witnessed their fights with their demons, their past, their guilt and their failures. Sometimes they can even put a name on this inner evil of theirs. Sometimes they've never been able to identify the real cause of their despair. But in most cases, for these men and women, to drink is a way to keep fighting. Of course, it is a useless and destructive form of struggle. At least this self-destruction means that something makes them suffer, and they still fight against this pain they feel so deep inside. Even a severe alcoholic like William Bishop keeps struggling with his addiction and asking for salvation for the light of Christ. As long as they wish to see this light, there is a place for hope. Dyson Delaney has no hope left. He does not drink to smother his pain. No, I am now convinced he consciously drinks to keep for the sadist joy of smothering all hope. I really don't know what is the worst sin. To deliberately cast away the hope from your own heart, or complacently bask in self-destruction. Look at this, we've actually got nearly all the quest items in the game. Which is pretty cool. So we've got a new hint available for Dyson Delaney. Let's keep looking for loot. Yeah. So yeah, and sometimes the developers have enough money, or they'll get another contract from the developer, from the publisher, saying, "Hey, we want you to make this game. We're going to give you money to make it, and we take it again, or we'll do a better and better deal." Yeah, if you can be trusted. That's why developers get bought out, because they prove their worth to the publisher, like Sony did before. They let go of a lot of Insomniac staff. Because apparently you can't get a break. Apparently, you know, all the other good things you've done for someone
locked, all right.
aren't good enough anymore. Yeah, the idea that you'll be rewarded for your hard work, it's not a thing. I believe it's George Carlin that says they call it the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. You know? And unfortunately it's not just applies to the American dream, it applies to basically pretty much anything, including game dev, unfortunately. My sympathy goes out to Arcane Lion, who lost their jobs, Tango Gameworks, who made The Evil Within, which I would actually like to play, but, you know, hindsight is 2020. Yeah. So, yeah. It's a shit show. It is a shit show.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the working class.
Right.
Do you need medical help, Miss Paxton?
No, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't get too mad at things, because if I do, I'll go fucking insane. I can't do that to myself, you know. I can't. You know, Josh Players again, I love. He's like one of my keystones, you know. He's like. Watching his videos reminds me that's the person I strive to be. You know? Nice and calm, chilled out. He was talking recently about like drama and how like, do you remember Coney 2012? Which is still going on, you know? How long does outrage last and things like that? So I just can't do it anymore. I can't get mad. If I do, I'll tear my hair out. And I don't want to be bald yet. I really don't. Anyway.
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
Doctors work out too.
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
You don't like me much.
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
Yeah, so...
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Just
Tell you what,
try to just stay calm.
Spend a few weeks here.
My
and
other
then
key's
ask
done,
me
of course,
that
my darling
question
dearest.
again. If you're still alive, I mean.
Yeah. That, you know, as I say, but as I said before, like all this gaming news, all that outrage seems, well, it is insignificant. As soon as we spend time together, and I urge everyone to find someone like that for themselves, because it's so easy. Because anger is so cathartic. It becomes addictive. I was recently reading about football hooliganism and how it sort of started, like how football clubs started. It was like a part of, like, it was the working class banding together about this one thing. No matter what your race, creed, religion, whatever, you come here and you could just get it out of your system and shout and scream. If you shout and scream in public, people think you're fucking nutty. You'll have the police called on you, or worse. And now it's like for a lot of men as well, especially, like it's an outlet. They can't they don't have the resources to let out their anger, so they go to a football club and they can shout and scream and rant and rave. Some people unfortunately use that as an excuse for tribalism, to, you know, fight others. But it's a fascinating thing, and I sort of do, like when I was in Liverpool one time. Let's carry on.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
And it's like, I wanted to be part of that group. I just wanted to get, you know, I mean, I'm from Yorkshire, so I have no business on, like, wearing or supporting you know, Liverpool or anything like that. But, you know, you're supposed to support your hometown team, whatever. But yeah, it's like, I just wanted to be part of it, you know, because it's like everyone was just having such a good time, people chanting. There was no violence or anything like that. It was just people just having a really nice time, looking forward to the game. I was like, I could just buy a scarf right now, but if I went home with that, I'd probably get, you know, scunted. So, yeah. I don't think she's really bothered about what I say, so that's a bit crass. That I don't think is okay. I'm gonna say she's right and trying to appeal to her.
You're right, Miss Paxton. My clothes and my manners do speak for me. And I may not belong here, but that doesn't make me a bad person.
You tell me, Dr. Reid. You tell me.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh. You want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
Okay. Yeah. And it's like, I think people get angry and they're terminally online, they just type things out and get enraged. I need a better source to release my righteous indignation, because I realise that the more people do something, the more angry they get, whatever, the less meaningful it is. You have to save it. You have to make a company earn your righteous indignation. Indifference is sometimes one of those powerful things. At the same time, it's also, indifference can also mean complacency, and that means bad practices in the industry can happen. So sometimes you should get angry, and sometimes you just be like, actually, you're not important enough for me to be angry about, and that can wind some people up. But yeah, it's important as well to be complacent. But then, even then, it's like, well, is it that important? What happens? As I said before in my games industry rant, I can vote my wallet by choosing not to buy, any more PlayStation games, for example. But there is someone who's going to spend more on a single PlayStation game than I am in my entire year of gaming. They'll spend more on Destiny, they'll spend more on, I don't know, whatever other live service games they have. They'll spend more on Sony than I will in the entire year of gaming. So me voting with my wallet, yes, my vote counts against it, but someone else's vote matters more, yeah? Yeah. And, yeah, that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's voting with your wallets sounds great in theory, but you need a lot of people to vote with you. And, yeah. You gotta hit my wallet, that's where it hurts the most. But it's an uncomfortable truth, and a lot of people just don't care enough to do anything about that, I'm afraid.
Giselle, I know you sleep at Sean Hampton's shelter. What can you tell me about him?
He provided a roof for me and my sister. I am grateful, of course, but he gives me the creeps.
Why is that?
He's always sad, like he's about to cry. He's always asking us to get closer to God, to give ourselves to the Lord. Creepy.
Think everyone's recording anything else? Oh, Christ, we haven't even got to these ones yet.
You speak of
To be fair,
and
I've been
class
talking a lot, I do
enemy.
apologise that it's
Am I
so
right
soon
to
over the end.
assume you're involved in trade union activity?
But that's my
You
outlook.
bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big companies.
You lost your job because of your beliefs.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions, especially when it's a woman.
Isn't the whole point of trade unions to help workers in need? Why don't they support you?
A few nights back, I lost the money my companions had asked me to hide. With me and my sister being penniless, they thought I stole it.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform. I'm sure they robbed me.
Yeah, I guess we got a new quest.
Giselle, tell me about the death of your mother.
After our father died, Mother worked so hard she made herself sick. We spent all the money we had on useless drugs and doctors. It was hell.
Hell? What do you mean?
The three of us were exhausted and desperate. And when I'm desperate, I tend to get angry. And I'm hard to live with. Lottie said I killed Mother.
Your sister was suffering too. I'm sure she didn't mean what she said.
I don't want to talk about that. It was years ago. We Paxton sisters are tough. We don't apologize.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness? I'm no snitch, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Okay. I've also learnt as well that Microsoft has just announced at a town hall meeting that they can't afford the studios that have just bought. I mean, surprising nobody. It just keeps fucking happening. Of course, we spend all these billions and... If I don't laugh, I'll cry, you know.
Hope Giselle will pull through. Yeah.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the Sad Saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are things here?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but a dandy doctor from the city like yourself, you better watch your back, Mr. Reid.
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No, I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
Lottie, tell me about the Wet Boot Boys. I know they've threatened you.
Edwina Cox wanted me to provide her with information about Mr. Hampton's resources. I refused.
Is that not dangerous?
Fuck them and their lies. They claim they protect the interests of the neighborhood, but they are just greedy parasites like all the rest.
I understand your fight, but the gangs are no joke. Are you sure you're safe?
I can defend myself. My only concern is about Giselle. I'm not sure my sister is able to fight anymore.
Lottie, tell me about the death of your mother.
Giselle killed her. Plain and simple. She killed her with her daily whims, her laziness, and her complaints.
That's quite a statement. You can't kill someone because you're fickle.
Mother was very ill, but I forgave Giselle. What I couldn't stand was how she cried at her funeral like she was the one left alone.
Perhaps your sister is not as tough as you are.
I know that, and I don't blame her. It just makes me sad that my own sister is the person I understand the least.
Giselle is the only family you have left. Don't you think it's time you forgave her?
Sometimes words are harder to forgive than acts, Dr. Reid.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose. Why do you want to see him?
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital, but he left abruptly.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon enough.
Oh. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. There we go. EA are considering putting adverts into their games, which is not surprising. I think pretty much every company has had patents for
I cannot enter.
putting adverts in their games in some form or another. I mean, adverts have been in games for as long as games have been around. In fact, to be honest, games journalism started as essentially adverts. It's very, I mean, they pretty much... gaming, I will give it its credit, give it its dues. They made sure to make sure that you couldn't actually do any real journalism. Yeah, all these magazines are adverts. White Dwarf is just a catalogue for Games Workshop. Consoles had official magazines, again. there to sell the games. Independent reporters, including myself, once upon a time. Yep.
This worries me.
Uh,
Something about him.
couldn't really do much investigation because getting in touch with people is tough. Actually, finding stuff out, like Jason Schreier is one of the few reporters I have a lot of admiration for in this field, because
Much work.
he actually digs deep. He doesn't just take publishers at their word. The Rock Paper Shotgun article interview with Peter Molyneux is exactly the sort of thing we need to see. So yeah. There's Sean Hampton. But first, what loot you got? Ah, he's a fellow vampire, yes. He's... Oh, I already looted this place, I think I have.
Why the long face, Doctor?
We both have changed.
It looks like we both have changed a lot. I must confess, it saddens me, Sean.
Put your faith in the Lord, Doctor. He has a plan for all of us. We may not always see it, but he does.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Why return here?
This is my home. These people are my flock. You will always find me where I am needed.
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you. But this hunger, this thirst, cannot be restrained.
Alas, poor William. He had a good soul, but was weak in spirit. He could not shake the thirst for booze, never mind blood. But have faith. My will is far stronger than his.
Wonders never cease. Scal managing an asylum.
And what of you? A vampire doctor? Meals laid out before you? Yet you restrain?
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross.
So he's wearing a cross,
Nor
isn't
am
he?
I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
That's the difference, by the way. The cross does not have Christ upon it. The crucifix does. That's the key difference.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord.
I love this song.
I only need to eat flesh, no blood.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
But you were...
Of course.
Okay, I'm not convinced there's the only option here.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here. There you'll find all the proof you need.
Sorry about that, I'm just checking the time.
I have to see for myself. But your sense of purpose and calm gives me some relief.
I'll be here when you return. If you still think I'm a threat then, well, I surrender myself to your judgment.
Give a dog a bad name. Yeah.
wet boots shouldn't be fighting each other. They've got bigger problems elsewhere.
No, just go on mobile to play the game. Yeah, but yeah, adverts have been in games for as long as games have been around. It's just that now they want to try and probably make it a bit more intrusive. But yeah, Activision did it with Prototype. It was Disney's Skate Adventure, where you did quests for Nokia and McDonald's. I'm not even joking. Great soundtrack as well those games had. Tony Hawk had them. A lot of these licensed sports games have them. It's really...
We'll crush this beast. Filthy murdering bastard! Away with you! Murderous!
Was playback yet? I'm trying to think. You had the Sprite games, you had Doritos Dash of Destruction, you've had tie-in games for ages. You've had Sneak King, which is a Burger King game. There's a guy out there who's trying to basically... I put up one of the posters, nice. We'll just put them up all around here. Yeah, there's a guy out there who's trying to buy every single copy. He's got like all these copies of Sneak, like literally, must be like thousands of copies of Sneak King. Yeah, but yeah, Doritos Dash of Destruction wasn't too bad actually. Yeah. Again, to say it's a tying game. Not gonna lie, gang. No idea around me. I'm just wandering around looking for loot. It's quite resistant to fire damage. Also, oh, my outfit's finished. Let's go looking around. Yes, I seem to recall we were here before. Been there. Yes. Okay. Yeah, why not? Let's get on with the main quest and head to where we think the sewer entrance is. Place some more posters around if necessary. Or if possible.
This is not a place for you, sir. I said stay away, sir!
Means someone serious about keeping people out. First place to look.
Over there! There's one of them
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say really. Like, in terms of gaming news, it seems just like there's not much I can say more that adds anything to the discussion. It's just, it's gonna stay the same. I can't change the industry. And I tried, you know. Like, 17 years ago, you know, there were other people, including myself, ranting and raving about how the Helldiver situation could have happened. Yeah, we were trying to prevent that from even being a possibility. Yeah, well, didn't seem to care so much about digital distribution then. No, we actually cared about it a lot more, and but evidently not enough to prevent the PSN thing from happening, where it's banned in over 120 countries. So yeah, it's too late, I think. Too little, too late, I'm afraid. 27th of October, from Guard Prowan Command Post to Dock Patrols. A Vampire Hunter, Fraud, Avoid. Some of our scouts recently spotted the presence of a certain Ichabod Throgmorton near the East End docks. You'll probably see him patrolling the place at night, claiming that he's a specialist of vampire extermination. The man is a fraud, not even a real con man, for he does not even charge anybody for the work. He clearly has no clue what he's talking about. If he ever approaches you for some joint hunter collaboration, refuse and let him go. In a leech fight, the man is nothing more than bait. Go. Of course, we already knew that. But that might be in case you haven't encountered him yet. Oh, I keep dicking around, I do apologise, gang.
Best stay back. Over there! There's one of them.
It's gonna be down there, isn't it?
Means someone serious about keeping
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
Wow, you're still all... Yeah, I appreciate this isn't the most best fight of mine. I am just brawling. It looks like I can sort of jump across there, but it's not going to let me. Maybe later.
Giselle's stolen money. Priwen has some unethical ways of financing their war.
Okay then. Excuse me one moment, I need to go out again later as well, because I need to do something at 2 o'clock. But I'm going to go down there and finish those guys off there now. We've done the potential reinforcements up here. I'll pause for a moment. Right, we'll see you in a bit. And I'm back, sorry to keep you waiting, let's carry on. Sorry, I do keep forgetting the controls. Twist around. Right there. Let's do it straight. How's the camera looking as well? Yeah, that's alright. Yeah. Things. Shit with the industry. I'm actually trying to think if there's anything good that's happened. I will talk about Redfall. Because that was like another vampire game. It's like, I noticed a trend with a lot of Microsoft stuff, and that's like the reason why Hi-Fi Rush only sold 3 million, which is an amazing amount. Like, again, that's like when Square Enix say it didn't meet expectations. Like, how do you expect Hi-Fi Rush to actually sell more than 3 million? Jesus Christ. And they call me retarded. Anyway, so Redfall. When it was announced, it's like people were saying, "Oh, it looks like Left 4 Dead with vampires," and like, no, it's not vampires. No, it's not. No, it's different. It's like, oh, I'm not interested then. I thought, well, we wouldn't want to give you false expectations, right? But now your expectations went from pretty mid to rock bottom, and as it turns out, no one ended up buying it.
It's locked, all right.
Of course it is, because there's a chest there that I could just have. Look at this. Right, I want stuff in the end. I'm going to take something before we progress the story. I don't know if anything will happen, but it's best to just grab everything we can. Ah, I see there's wheels that need a turning. I think there's a boss fight here. But yeah, it's like Redfall went from just like wanting to be like people wanting to play it to like
That doesn't work.
I can take it. I can take it, I can leave it.
So that's it. These wheels control the water level.
Aha. Have I just opened up another one and the water's still going down? I know what to do. I'm not that much of an idiot. Oh, the treasure.
That gate should shut properly now.
I see, it's 'cause the barrels are in the way. Oh, very Valve of you. I hate Valve puzzles. Get it now! I will not labyrinth. Right. Yeah, so Redfall. Huh. So that was the game. Oh yeah, by the way, if you did buy the season pass for it, or the battle pass, or whatever, you can get that, well, I say refunded. I don't know if it will actually be a refund or if it's like, it's only on your Xbox account, or your Steam account, or whatever. But yes, if you can absolutely get that going, put that in motion now. There will be a limited time on it, I think. So if you are watching this for whatever reason, after I've just called pretty much nearly all gamers idiots, then, yeah. And obviously not all gamers are idiots. There's me, for example. Was that empty? Was that some sort of joke? Oh, there's a skeleton! The last person who's opened it died! Environmental storytelling, truly on the level of Bethesda. Oh, that was scary. I might have seen something there, but it was too dark, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, like Redfall, I was tempted to get it just to see how bad it was. That's the kind of, I think that's how a lot of people treated it.
It's locked.
After the initial sort of hype for it, it's like, I want to just see how this works. Oh, hello. It's the Camello Gorilla.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again. The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally, a touch of lucidity. You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon.
Okay. So you're not resistant to blood magic, that's good.
Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon?
I have gun, prepare to be caught. Ah, he's doing aggravated damage. He's level 18, so he's quite strong.
Whence you vanished on slaughter these scalds while singing your name?
I can use my ultimate ability to counter that.
Virgil Banshee, the hand pusher. Slow as a snail.
Is he really screaming out loud?
I shall tear thee apart and spill my blood to the... You found your death in me!
Go ahead.
Down. Stay down. Return to your apothecary and needles. Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon? I shall crush you. Your blood is now mine.
Nice. Page pay packet. Common trigger parts, nice. So we'll have to go again, I'm afraid, in a short while. But not like fully.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah, so Redfall, it's like it didn't do anything to help itself at all. Like I get not wanting to set incorrect expectations. That's fine, but they didn't do anything. They didn't replace it with anything. Yeah, like with a lot of features in games. Oh, we're getting rid of this thing because people didn't like it. Okay, what are you replacing with? You can't just keep getting rid of stuff and expect people to be okay with it after.
At least one skull escaped Fergal's wrath.
Is this going to be a slippery slidey bit? No, it's not stairs.
The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far.
Yeah, I was really tempted to get it, but I was like, nah, at the last minute. I thought, no, I'd rather save my money and spend it on whatever I was at the time, into at the time. So, yeah. It's just one of those things. It's just honestly, Microsoft don't do any favors. I really like how Eurogamer just didn't beat around the bush when they made an article called "What's the point of Xbox?"
There's blood everywhere.
And it's true. Like I'm not trying to have a dig at Xbox. You know, you guys well know that like I hate Jim Ryan of Sony, and what he did to the London office. Again, if you want to see my games industry rant, you can. That's in like my old Pillars of Eternity Let's Play. Right at the very end, in the description, you'll see gaming industry rant ends. I don't know, 20 minutes or whatever. But yeah, so, but really, because the answer is it isn't to make, it isn't about games. Is Xbox? Because if it was, they'd be putting out games, and they're shutting down studios, and now they've just admitted that they can't afford all these studios they've just spent billions on, capital B billions. Yeah? They thought their strategy was like, we're gonna have lots of smaller games, rather than lots of big ones. The thing is, Sony's thing works better. Yeah, Sony's strategy of just making lots of big games works better. They don't need a Game Pass. They can get people to buy their games wholesale for the full price. You know, like people will just—they don't need I don't know, Play Pass for fucking what, Bloodborne? No, people. If you want to play Bloodborne, you'll buy it. Until Dawn has just come to PC. Well, it's put on the Steam store anyway. Bloodborne has just been put on the Steam store. No, it's not Bloodborne, sorry. Until Dawn has been put on the Steam store. Is there anything else I need before I go any further? No. Right, okay, we'll go and see this lady there. But yeah.
This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, vampire. But thank you.
Sean Hampton sent me here. I believe he wanted me to find you. Who are you?
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reid. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves if they had their way.
So, very much like how the Camarilla want to get rid of the Thin Bloods because they, I think the Camarilla believe in the idea of the prophecy. No, I think they try. I think the Camarilla is like of two minds. Like, one, officially, Cain does not exist. Cain is a myth. The antediluvians aren't real. There is no tide of blood coming. However, I think in secret, a lot of people do believe that Cain is real. And you got the Sabbat, my favourite faction, who are like, yeah, Cain's real. We want him back. We're gonna turn the world red, and we're gonna blot out the sun. Yeah.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scout.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So is it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Cheers once again. Okay, about another 20 minutes, I think I need to pause.
The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Skal. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a tack, but her body is so weak. I've never seen its like before. She is resting in a room on the far right of this hideout.
Thank you. I will bear that in mind.
So, interestingly, I can't use my vampiric powers here. Even though I am among, well, not so much vampires as Skulls. So yeah.
Oh, Bridget allowed me to wander above some years back. It was unpleasant.
These are the Skulls who have managed to keep their sanity.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
I'm not your master. I'm but a man.
We're at your mercy.
Will you end us?
I'm not entirely sure yet.
Old Bridget says you are one to trust.
Keep your distance, Echo.
Could use all of your power to put an end to the immortals and walk into the sun.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Interestingly, I don't like. One thing I liked about Spec Ops: The Line is the character's dialogue goes from professional to like angry and hateful and scornful. And yeah. Mace is a two-handed weapon. Not quite good enough there yet. What about this one? Not quite good enough there yet. Unclaimed hatchet. Still not enough. Oh, let's break some stuff. Anything I don't know, so. Yeah, but here, like, I would like to hear Dr. Reid say things like, you know, how he's getting used to it. So I believe Harriet's going to be in there. Along here, there's been a few NPCs here.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us? Your place is not here.
Okay, so it's saying unknown.
Your smell is enticing. Weight of blood.
The voice actors are absolutely incredible in this game. I have problems with the directions, with the voice direction at times, but the voice acting.
We're at your mercy. Will you end us? The vampire hunters will never find us here.
The voice direction has let the acting down sometimes, but I'm going to just see if I can top up on blood, health, that sort of thing. Maybe get a bit of XP, because who knows, we might need to rest up. Because we are a bit low level for where we are now. So but yeah, like, so yeah, going back to what I was saying before about Xbox,
It's locked.
Ah, we're in the night shelter. Underground. There's the cross there. Look at the bones. That's it, hellfire. It's grim down South London. South London. Ah. Bookshelf. Can't go that way yet.
It's locked.
So we'll have to talk to Harriet Jones and then the door will open up. Okay, I get it. It's just a transitional zone. Fair enough. Yeah. I'm terribly fond of the loading screens, but just to get through there, come on. Mind you, we're supposed to just have to load the entire sewers rather than just the Skull Refuge. So I will give them that much. Yeah. But yeah, like Game Pass strategy, well, the fact that there doesn't seem to be one is a bit alarming. The idea of like smaller games hasn't paid off, and Microsoft just ain't getting those big games from those big publishers. All the games that they've seemingly released are basically ones that have been in development since before the acquisition, which will have no doubt disrupted things anyway. Yeah, it just ain't working out, I'm afraid to say. I genuinely think that Microsoft don't have a strategy other than just buying out the companies, buying out the competition. Saying, well, if I can't have Call of Duty, no one can have Call of Duty. Yeah, I fully believe that they basically only want mobile publishers. They want Zynga. Yeah, like Zynga's the big moneymaker, not Call of Duty, not World of Warcraft. No. Candy Crush Saga is what's making Microsoft the money in that deal. Oh, a sturdy blood sample. Supremacy of Econs. It is no coincidence that Econs are the most eminent and most numerous of all the vampires. Econs are the true aristocracy of immortals, and if I may add, they are the only ones able to stay on top of the food train. Everywhere I've travelled, I only met Econs assuming mortal lives or forming an immortal society. Econs are the most human, most clever, most educated of all vampires. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I have nothing against more exotic species, like Volcod, who share the gift of immortality with us. Most of them can prove useful, if properly canalized to what I don't know what that means, sorry. I'm not saying it's not a word, I'm just not familiar with the word. If not properly canalized toward a clear goal. But they lack the most important trait of all, ability to mingle with mortals without being spotted. Therefore, the Ascalon Club should only accept Econ of the highest lineage as a member of its inner circle. Depending on circumstances, Volcods could be accepted as war dogs or hunting hounds, as long as they obey our laws. Luckily enough, these lesser cousins have a natural tendency to submit and obey their masters. The Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave Founder. There we are. It's quite coming up. I'm amazed we haven't come across the legendary vampires yet, and the Great Hunt. I've no doubt we will cover more. And entries on the Scars as well, I'm sure, will become known to us. Anything else here? Yes. I have to do a few laps just to make sure I hoovered everything up like it's fucking
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I've so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Your room, the blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Excuse me one second, I have to check something. Real quick. Something's gone to cock and I don't like it. So, bit of a fun fact, I've purchased Blitz Bowl. Blitz Bowl is the... okay, it seems fine. I've just had an email saying that I've... Apparently my order of it is incomplete. Everything seems fine there. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Problem is, like a few Games Workshop things, even though they're based in Nottingham in England, it's not available in the UK. Which is a pain in the arse. The same like the Space Marine 2 board game and some other games as well. Not available in the UK. Only US and Germany. Why Germany? I don't know. Oh yes, not to mention, well, Games Workshop have raised their prices, and in Sweden they've gone up between 8 and 14% because, again, even though that they can sell and make things in the UK, they make it all in-house, it's cheaper abroad because of the exchange rates. Apparently the economy there is very good. Nice.
Why did you...
But I do sympathise with the Swedish for...
Why not? This is where I live now.
Not having this,
Leave me
rather than having the price hike.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We're both undead.
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I sip on it.
Like what I am.
Jesus, well.
I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness. Quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reid. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
Why do you live here, amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen, the Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are Skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave
Her
us.
maker, in specific, not
I
their.
cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency.
This is personal.
You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Shornhampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you, old Bridget. I hope we'll meet again.
You didn't need to say the old. Her mesmerize level is 8. Which is very high indeed.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. Don't you know this is a quarantine zone?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating the epidemic. You had better get to a safe place while you still can.
Oh, really? Well, go investigate somewhere else and leave me be.
I beg your pardon?
I said go. Leave me alone, sir.
Sir, you have no idea what could happen to you if you stay here. Why don't you go home?
For fuck's sake. Do I have to punch you in the face to make you disappear?
You can say it's right, Bob.
It's my duty to insist. Death lurks everywhere. I must ask you to go back home.
I'm safe here. Don't you get it? I'm better off risking the flu than catching a bullet. Am I clear enough?
I see. Well, since you are obviously hiding from a threat, don't you have a safer place to go?
Do you think I'm stupid? The Night Asylum, the Turquoise Turtle, even Miss Gillingham's attic. I tried them all. No, this is my only chance.
Can't mesmerize him your time. Ho hum, diddle didum.
It's locked.
Of course it is. Let's talk to old Bridget, see if she knows anything.
No more questions, Dr. Reid.
No, she don't want to talk about this one. Yeah, it looks like she's gonna be stuck in that animation.
You're spared in the night.
Right, let's work our way out. We're about 10 minutes and I have to pause, so yeah, maybe even soon. That's right. Hey, I managed to get that money. So this thing already. Okay. Oh yeah, Redfall's offline mode has been scrapped because of the studio's closure. Yet another of the many hundreds of live service games that didn't need to be a live service game. You know, live service implies that the service is
locked.
fucking live. It ain't though, is it? That doesn't sound good.
Welcome back, Dr. Reid. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reid, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the Skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reid. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
Why is Sean looking at me and not Dr. Reid?
You've turned Skull now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of His divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same. In death, I mean.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
I trust you. I'm gonna go for this one because I found all the hints. I can go for you sacrifice 100 XP in the process. You will heal through my blood.
My discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel. Those still amongst the living.
Never heard of a cheptel before, that's interesting.
No, Dr. Reid. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey His will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now.
Believe me, it's not the animation that's selling this scene. The voice acting, direction, the music is incredible. I didn't fully appreciate Vampire before. I do now. New citizens available to kill. Hey! It will suffer the consequences of my actions. Of course it will. Of course. Everyone's just gonna die because of me saving the priest. I lost 500 XP. That's like 100 enemies I gotta kill.
I cannot enter. It's locked, all right. Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reid, can I be of any assistance? Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire, Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
Stop fooling yourself. You've never faced a vampire before. You wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, that's not true, sir. I've already faced one of these creatures.
Oh, really? And you're still alive.
Well, we did not actually fight. I let it go.
What do you mean?
I entered the vampire's den. The stench was terrible. I was ready to kill it. But then I saw it. Just a suffering soul like you and me. I spared her.
Tell me about the vampire you spared.
She was a girl. Her body was a mess. I could see pus running from the deep wound. She was crying in pain.
You cared about her. That's what defines us as human, Ichabod.
Yes, but she was a truly evil creature. I'm haunted by the tragedies she caused ever since I spared her.
I'm going to quickly pause and I'll come back to this dialogue very soon. See you in a mo. And I am back. Thank you for being patient with me.
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street."
Man's wallets. People of the wallet found the corpse of Shielhampton's night shelter. The wallet contains official paper of reparation and demobilization with the address of the victim, 29 Pretty Orchard.
That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
You again? What do you want?
I've identified the men who stole from you. You were right. They were members of some self-proclaimed militia.
I knew it! Did you find the money too?
Yes, here it is. They thought they could finance their activities with it.
I never thought a man like you would be kind enough to... I misjudged you. Badly. Well, thank you, sir.
Will you give the money back to your comrades, then?
Fuck those bastards who fired me. I'll give the money to Miss Gillingham. Her son Jack was a friend of mine. He was killed recently.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
Did you see what just happened?
No, I didn't. And I don't care.
Really? Why is that?
Because this sexist pig is one of the 4 men who blacklisted me. Good riddance, if you ask me.
Well, I'll leave you for now. Goodbye.
What about the other 3?
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reid.
Did you see what happened?
No. I was coming back to the shelter from work when I heard an awful scream, and there was this man, dead, just in front of the building.
You saw nothing at all?
No, I told you, just that awful woman's scream.
A woman's scream? Are you sure?
Of course. It was terrifying. I thought it was my sister, so I ran. But it was a man I've never seen round here before.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
Find out the reason the terrifying man is hiding in the sewers. I wonder if there's some sort of evidence here. If I keep looking, I'll have another quick sweep and then we'll find out what's going on. Yeah.
It's locked.
I wonder if it's in
It's
there.
locked, all right.
Or in there. I do apologise, I have to keep checking back and forth because evidently I can't trust with OBS. What else to update you on, really? Blitzball? You want to talk about Blitzball? In fact, I mean, honestly, I will use this as yet another opportunity. If anyone is actually watching, please ask me questions, leave comments, because I will want to talk. Because I will answer them. I will talk about them. I love engaging with people and talk about all this sort of stuff. My darling dearest, because I don't really talk a lot IRL. This is the most I actually talk. I say probably more words in a single video than I do in my entire working day. So yeah, my darling dearest has started asking me when we chat over the phone, like philosophical questions, like do we have free will, and all that sort of stuff. And I try to give a really in-depth answer to it, and whatnot. And yeah, she gets to know a bit more about me. I get to know a bit more about her. And yeah, I like to have a bit of intellectual sparring. I'm not going to pretend we put the world to rights or anything like that, but we do. We just engage, we just talk. Yes. Seriously, do try it. It's fun.
This is despicable.
Yeah, so Blitzball.
Safer places to be than here. Crush the leech, boys!
Oh yeah, there's no bullets as well, so not very helpful. We're all running about. Yeah, so I've still got I do have the Warcry box to do as well. Well, Blitzball, yeah. And it looks quite fun. The idea of like American football in the Warhammer Fantasy setting, or rugby or whatever. Yes, I know. I fully appreciate the idea of like a Nottingham-based company making a game about American football. But I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot more there going for it than I think rugby maybe. Not to discredit rugby as a sport. Rugby is a very, I believe rugby players should be paid considerably more than fucking footballers, especially the amount of shit that goes on in football. I don't believe it. People go through, you know, life-altering changes when it comes to rugby. Like the things they have to do upon retirement is absolutely mind-blowing. It's yeah, it's a tough sport. I have respect for anyone who's in like contact sports and whatnot. Christ. But yeah. But Blitzball. So because I want to do like it's 8 levels above me, I'm not gonna win. I am not winning that fight. I'm not fighting the large beast yet. I will continue to peruse. There we go. Yeah.
I cannot enter.
Blitzball is like this, so the idea is it's the, I guess, simpler, the gateway game into Blood Bowl itself. So it's like a faster paced, more casual game with like toned down rules. Still fairly good game, if I understand. I'm happy with the price I paid for it. Not so happy they'll actually say what it is, but yeah, considering I had to get it from America. Oh.
Some of this! I'll take his head!
Maybe I could play against the large beast. I don't want to risk it just yet. Maybe if I found some more rats and top up on blood, that'd be one thing, but even then, I'm not doing so great here. And I have to stun it quite a few times to get my blood back. See, these guys, I can take. Look at that stun meter. They're doing a lot of damage here, so. afraid I'm gonna have to rest up, I think, soon. I don't have enough to really properly level up. But it is getting to the point now where like we are facing
Die, vermin!
oh, there's a beast there, that's just great. So I'm gonna help you kill this thing. I mean, help is a very strong word there. Yes. Resistant to blood attacks. Don't tell me, you fucking idiot.
He's dead!
I don't get XP for it. Oh wow, okay, that's a lot of damage to the order in. I got credit for the kill there, that's good. That's fine, don't give a shit about you.
Stop! Vampire!
Stamina. Stuns me when it goes to zero. It's not so resistant to melee though.
Burn it, boys!
Mighty damage.
Shoot it! I have leeches! Get a taste of you! Filthy fucking beast!
You know, people say in Dishonored that like you get punished for fighting in that game, which isn't true. There's something called actions and consequences. So the more you kill and leave bodies around, the more rats there are, the more zombies there are, because you're contributing to the plague and whatnot. It's not so much you get the bad endings as such, you just get the endings that respond to how you've affected the world. You are not being the change you want to be. For all the people that say choice, you know, I want games where choices matter, and then complain about Dishonored, is fucking insane. But I will say, and hey, look, by the way, if you think that you're being punished, well, no, you're just getting more opportunities to kill. If you kill people because you want to do it, you get more things to use your cool gadgets on. Yeah, you get punished for the good gadgets now. You're getting more opportunities to use those gadgets. That's what you want. And it's perfectly in the narrative. The reason why I bring it up here, though, in this particular instance, though, is because in Vampire, rather, I refuse to call it Vampire. In Vampire, when I say I refuse to call it Vampire, it's more for a gag than anything else. Not a running joke, I guess. In Vampire, You really do not get rewarded at all for fighting in this game. Yeah, it doesn't like every kill is 5 XP. That's it. 5 experience points for every single kill. Nice. Oh shit. Okay, claws. They were just going to do a lot of claw damage. Or maybe a lot of this sort. It really doesn't like that. Also doesn't like being shot. It's considerably easier than I was expecting. Wasn't too bad. This is something with the pro and more effective than a large beast. How did they do? Right, onwards, let's find some loot. Yeah, so in this game, like you get like 5 XP a kill. And in Dark Souls, like, it's not the amount of souls goes up the higher you are, it's that they increase the amount of souls you need per level. So you can keep farming those low-level enemies or whatever. Or if you want to take a risk, you can get
so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
So I found some gin bottles, nice. Newspaper article. Youth arrested for attempted murder. Last night, a young man named Tom Watts was arrested by the police for attempted murder of a renowned restaurant, the Silver Bell on Percival Street. The suspect was spotted standing in front of the restaurant, pointing a gun at customers for about 1 minute without firing. 2 witnesses promptly reported his behavior. Watts was arrested without incident, but refused to give any explanation for his actions, and only gave his name. His gun was loaded, confirmed by the policeman who answered our questions. It is likely that Watts will feel the full force of His Majesty's court with this transgression. The young man shall be jailed for a few years at least. There's 5 hints about Tom Watts. Seems to be laying quite a bit about him. Anything else here? Any more loot? We've got his gin, we've got his newspaper, and because we've got his booze, we might be able to open him up a bit. No homeowner. No homeowner. What on earth was I on about before? Yeah, but in this game, it's 5 XP kill. It doesn't matter how stronger things are. No, it's like you get 5 XP per kill. I get, you know, the whole risk-reward thing, but there is no extra reward for taking the greater risk. Oh, the district gets more poorly. Now this is a system that punishes you for getting into combat, because the amount of XP per blood point expended, per point of stamina, per second, is worse if you don't level up. Yeah? In Dark Souls, the risk is sort of worth it. You know, it's worth sometimes holding off to buy some better gear or whatever. But here, the money you get and the souls, the experience you get is so little that it's barely worth holding off on your leveling. So why do I do it? It's because I want the district to be safe and healthy. see, so each strike of that attack is halved. The damage is halved. So. Hello, looks like a quest body. I think he's not doing it fun, to be honest. That was very clever though, how they had the biggest thing of it hiding there. Oh no, man, something useful there. Oh, just yet another body. Ho ho ho. Anything else? Anything decent? Yeah. So keep the district healthy. And even then though, you have to rest to...
I cannot enter.
You have to rest to actually get the district health level. It's like me, hoarding up XP isn't really worth it. I mean, yeah, actually, I've caught up on that 500 XP pretty well. But yeah, yeah. Because you gotta calculate your time as well. Because I used to, so... I love talking about this. I will probably do a video. I keep meaning to do a video on it one time. But I did Insane in the Membrane. Your city needs you. Every life saved by a fishing medical aid is a blow struck at the heart of the flu epidemic. Volunteers make the difference. Inquire at the nearest appointments office in the Ministry of Labour and National Service or write to 15 Kingsway, London. Door's been unlocked. What have we found here? Oh. Let's see, we've literally just unlocked the door. Okay, fine. Alright, okay, fine, fair enough, shortcuts. Hey. Right. So I have to go along that away. No. That away. But yeah, I didn't say the membrane in World of Warcraft, and what that is basically you have to farm a reputation points. So basically, when you kill something, you get a reputation point with a certain faction. And you get like 2, and you have to get like 2 per kill, and you have to get like 60,000 of these points. So you imagine like 2, 4, 6, 8, and you've got to calculate that, and you've got to calculate like basically like how effective that's going to be. How are you going to make that effective? I did it on my druid, unsurprisingly, because my rep farm character, and yeah, it's where you go after like these completely pointless reputations. It took me about 28 days full time, like from 6 in the morning to 9 at night. Just constantly sat on my ass, right-clicking away at these fucking things. Would you like to know more? The army needs you. Join at once. Really on a house. Do we need anything else here before we go in? Let's have a look. I want loot. Diaglon, if I pronounce that right. Edmond Rostand, Doris Fletcher, Royal Garden Hall, Red Crown Street in London. June, July 1917.
It's locked, all right.
I don't know what accent I was trying to do there. That wasn't fucking French. I apologise to anyone who had to hear that.
29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me?
Okay, no enemies.
There's been a fight here.
(1918) calendar. Got a country for output. Oh Christ! Look at lights. We've had to deal with that shit at work. Of course, they've only done upstairs. Yeah, they haven't, because I'm the one who's fucking complained about it, and they ain't done my area yet, the office, so that's fucking brilliant. Everyone else's. So I'm hoping mine will be sorted soon, because I could get an eye strain at work. It hasn't been too bad lately, to be honest, but... Jesus. Eye sense hospital.
Where does this blood trail lead?
Perfect place for an arena.
Did you hear me? Look
I didn't know that. Try me again.
Occasionally, you make a good point. We're being misled. Or worse, we're being baited by leeches playing a nasty game.
They've all got that anime run, haven't they? Speaking of which, well, to an extent, I've been reading Berserk, the manga. I hear very good things about it, and I'm glad I did. I've only seen like a few bits of it on YouTube as well. But, reading like the English translated version. Pay packets. What you got, mate? Nice. Yeah, very good. I hear it's supposed to get quite dark, and yeah, I can imagine that. But so far, like just reading like the few chapters. I can't
believe I'm doing this.
Only a few chapters in, but yeah, just it's very addicting. Keep staying up late at night, and like I thought, there was one night I thought, oh, I'm just gonna get home and chill. I ain't gonna do much. I was like, and then I
cannot enter.
Oh, I'm gonna go straight to bed, and I stayed up till 12 reading it. I'm like, oh my god, this is taking the piss. So good though, so good. But yeah, apparently there's a lot of yeah. I do hear though that the author like did sort of like mature a bit, and like there's not as much badness.
I have
an insensitivity
for blood.
I should die.
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin.
Mary!
Someone is targeting my family.
How do you know it's the same? Ah, yeah. Probably the one thrown on Mary's coffin and buried.
Only a golden watch in her pockets. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
I see you.
I chose to leave the watch.
It's a sick game, but given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it.
The situation in Whitechapel is serious.
Jonathan.
What was that? I won't let you escape.
Well, I will, because I'm just searching for loot.
You're very fast, but I'll catch you.
They're not fast, I'm just slow.
They've all been butchered.
Oh. I think they're being led. To the Cemetoire. Any more loot? Any old iron? Or lead or screws? Oh!
I can still sense a presence.
This isn't a good idea. Let's have a look actually before I do this. So you won't speak to me, that's fine. You're dead, that's okay. Pretty much everyone's fine. Is it saying my... Must be wiggle leather. No. Is it saying the hideout's this way? I need to rest. I'm shit up along the way. Yeah, let's, you know what, let's go back to the hospital.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
How many rats have you eaten so far, Jonathan? It can't be that hard to believe. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but in Disco Elysium, there are numerous times where people will comment on how you are constantly sprinting. If you do this in Disco Elysium, your characters will comment on it all the time, and it's kind of like a big deal towards the end of the game as well. Yeah, great game. I recommend you play it. I don't know if I do let's play it myself. I do. I think I would, but I'd roleplay as like a super cop. Yay, thanks. Appreciate it. Let's rest up. I can't see myself getting any more experience points at this time, so we can pretty much level up everything. What are we going to level up though? We've got 6,320 XP. What can we level up? Can we level up anything cheap? Yeah, let's increase. Bite damage. It's very costly to do that. I do like my Shadow Mist though, I do like Movable Spear. I like my claws as well. Oh, choices. Okay, well, how about this? Let's improve our healing ability. What are we going to do? Are we going to do... You trade more blood to heal yourself instantly and gain an additional boost to your health regeneration. Or you trade the instant health for greater regeneration. Not quite seeing it here. Cost does go up considerably from 25 to however much that is. Because again, we don't actually have numbers for this sort of thing. Oh yes we do, sorry. Yeah, 10 to 25. Okay, I'm going to go for the increased cost for instant generation. And then going forward you just get more health. I want to also improve a few things. Let's go for greater blood absorption. More blood. Fast regeneration. Rage. I think I will level up my rage so I can increase the damage of it. I have 200 XP left. I'm gonna go with that. I'm level 17 now. I've only got up 3 levels, not great, but the higher you go up in level, the more will change. Portrait of a Sad Saint. If you've ever lived near the docks of the East End, you must know who Sean Patrick Hampton is, and if not, you might have heard of him. His name is starting to spread through the entire capital, and the song it sings is one of hope. Sean is the humble founder of the Hampton Asylum, an establishment that he built with his own hands and convictions. The building, an abandoned warehouse gracefully donated by the Dawson family, then renovated and transformed into what is now the most famous asylum in London. The poor and hungry are welcome under his roof, and with them he shares his food, his care, and his prayers. John Hampton came from a background of misery, but the hardships of life didn't disfigure or maim his profound trust in the Lord. If anything, the faithful men gained an acute empathy in exchange for the torments of poverty. His love of others is renowned throughout the docks. Rare are those who didn't witness Sean cry at the sight of an infirm veteran, an orphan child, or a sick mother. That is how he gained his nickname, the Sad Saint of the East End. Sean Hampton is so respected that people still to this day in his shelter, even after the Sad Saint contracted a mysterious disease which forces him to rest a lot and take his meals away from his flock. While in some other parts of London, people stagger back as soon as someone coughs in public. Men and women accept to eat and sleep in the Haunted Asylum. It's the safest place in the East End Docks. The building looks dirty. The stench around the place is awful for a delicate soul. But there is a hope and love there. And the death toll has been low and stable for days. EW. Well, things have changed. And a report about the press. Oh. The area here is rather healthy and sensitized. It's stable here, which I can deal with. Gonna come Bates because he died. The situation here is critical. Merchants. What about this? 1, 2. Missing. Okay. So, cures fatigue. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is my stake ready for an upgrade? No. Is my gun ready for an upgrade? No! Is my bludgeon? No. Is my hatchet? No. How about now? How much money do I actually have anyway? $967 Yeah, I think I can afford some stuff. But no. Let's go to the cemetery. See what awaits us. Also as well, not bad. Yeah, that's fine. I have to make sure I got enough stuff recorded by my sweetheart. Oh, dude, spawned out of nowhere like a blinker scar. Oh wow, I think he actually just did friendly fire. He shot his own guys. Oh shit, I'm stuck. As such. Not a whole lot. There's a game called the Thaumaturge that I wouldn't mind going to go to. No idea what it's about, anything, but I think it's a turn-based tactics game.
Thirst for blood.
And if so, yeah, we don't have anywhere near enough. I've got a few, just in case. Okay. To be honest, I think with the Let's Play, I know I like playing games that I've already beaten and whatnot, because then I can stick to it and you know, really enjoy them. I like games like this, older ones. I'm not diving on the current trends or whatnot. I just can't do it. I don't have the capacity to keep up with it anymore. It's like with Helldivers, it's like I'm just not that into it. It's like I don't mind playing with friends, but as soon as like I'm done playing with my friends, that's it. It's like I don't need it in real life anymore. I get why people like it. It's not like I think it's a bad game. I definitely think it's overrated. I'm sorry, but just a lot of the experiences I can get in that game I can get in others. And I don't know what it is about Helldivers that people like when there's been that many Starship Troopers games and all the rest of it. And would people have actually played the Halo ODST game or USM's whatever it is, US Marines game, United Nations Marine, whatever they got, United Earth Marine game that was going to be Helldivers, but Microsoft rejected the pitch for it multiple times. I don't know. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because someone gets one. I'm sure there's lots of essays out there. As someone who does typically like video essays, I don't need an essay. I just need someone to pinpoint it. When I say overrated, I mean like there's so many people that like it. I don't get it. I don't. It's got good production values, and they absolutely nailed the ideas of like the whole Starship Trooper thing at 100%. I just don't get. Is it just because it's just well done? Like with Valheim? Valheim, like, as far as I can tell, didn't do anything new or unique as such. It's just that because it was so competently put together, it was evolutionary rather than revolutionary. I think that might be it that people like. If that's the case, great. That I literally just want to know, though, like, what is it that people like about it? So yeah. I won't be playing it for the channel. I'm not that interested. I'm not even that good at it. And I'm not saying I think it's overrated because I'm bad at it. I'm competent at it, but it's like, I don't know, it's like just some of the controls, the feel of the game. It's like, I'm just incompatible with it.
It's a killer! Eat this!
Yeah. Amazed they're not actually going to try and run away. Oh, are they scouts? Are the scouts actually fighting this thing, or are they working together? Because that might actually involve my understanding of it. Oh, just again. Just want to check something real quick. I wasn't meant to be playing D&D today, was I? No. That's right. Yeah.
This is despicable.
Campaign's going good. It's all good. Oh Christ, I think I missed out on D&D. No, get me started. D&D Beyond, the online tool for D&D, has removed individual purchases of content from the books. So while you couldn't buy individual chapters, you could buy spells, magic items, subclasses, races, that sort of thing. You can't do that anymore. Wizards of, as far as I can, well, as I last checked, gave no official statement as to why that is. In fact, no, not really. It's totally unsurprising. Wizards of the Coast said they were going to improve communication after the OGL fiasco, the open gaming license. They didn't. Again, not surprised. Bear in mind this was the executive producer of D&D saying this as well, so you'd expect that to have some weight. It didn't. Shit is fucked. So yeah, I'm not very happy about it. I don't buy D&D stuff anymore as such. Not after the AGL incident. They like goes to the business. They made a business decision I don't like and respect. I've decided to put my money elsewhere. That's it really. I'm not gonna. I got enough arms. I've said my piece. So they can do that to me when I'm down, but I can't do anything to them when they're down. That's a lot of bite damage there, I like that. I'll have to improve that skill actually, because that's a lot of life. I want to, because I'm stunning people that often, it's like my primary thing in a combat, to just do that. Yeah. I might be able to use Mesmerize on this guy.
Good evening,
too
sir.
low.
It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
It cannot be safe for a blind man to live here alone. Let me enter, sir. I swear I mean you no harm.
Well, a voice never lies, and yours clearly is the voice of a gentleman. All right, Doctor, come on in.
So, we've managed to find another person here.
Or a fool. So what is the name of my nocturnal visitor?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. As I already explained to you, I'm inquiring about the epidemic.
Dr. Reid? The eminent surgeon? My God. I'd never have expected a brilliant physician like you to knock on my door.
You flatter me, sir.
No, sir, I am flattered. I read all your work when I still had my sight. I loved it. I'm Mason Swanborough, by the way.
You seem unwell, sir. Do you need my assistance?
Actually, I feel worse than usual. Can you give me something?
Yes. I can give you a little something that has been proven effective.
Thank you, Doctor.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I don't know who she is.
Okay.
And what else have you learned about me, Mr. Swanborough?
I know you assisted Professor Carell in France, and that you invented a new blood transfusion method based on his work.
Yes. Those were frustrating but exciting days. I loved it.
Yes, the thrill of research and discovery. This is what drives people like us, Dr. Reid. Oh, how I envy you.
Does someone take care of you in this isolated place?
My sister Loretta and I have our daily routine. Every morning and evening she comes by so we can talk and eat. Then she leaves and I stay.
Do you not appreciate your sister's visits?
Loretta is the best and worst thing that happened to me, and I believe she could say the same thing about me.
Where does your sister go?
Well, let's just say, she earns enough money for us both.
What's so amusing about that?
I won't hide the truth from you. Loretta sells a fake miracle elixir to the sick people of Whitechapel.
Okay. So we can expose her as a fraud.
Do you know Braille, Mr. Swanborough?
I'm no expert, but I learned it in my spare time, yes. Why?
I found a strange document entitled Cure for Blindness. It's written in Braille, so I thought perhaps it was yours.
Really? Is that some kind of sick joke? Let me see.
Here it is.
This letter seems authentic. And it actually refers to an experimental cure for blindness. You have piqued my interest, Dr. Reid.
Could it be of any use to you?
No. This page is just a part of a larger diary. I'd be glad if you could find the other pages.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Vampires feed on our soul. Vampires drink our blood, but they feed on our soul. How could we believe that any man or woman killed by these foul creatures, bitten by their filthy mouths, could then be accepted in heaven? No, their bodies have been defiled, and their souls have been corrupted. Their place is now in hell with the legions of blood-sucking demons. Vampires feed on our souls. Clarence Clossley. For more information, please contact me directly. Well, so nearly done the need for blood. I would like it if, when you complete like say one of these entries here, you get like a massive dump of XP. It's like, yeah, I've only got 2, but then if you get the third one, you get the XP.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
It's locked, all right.
Let's go. Oh, there's a box up there. Lovely. Oh, there's a box here. There's all the loot respawned or something. I have to go back up there and have a look. But first, no, let's go to the cemetery. Let's heal up.
I have this thirst for blood.
I have this thirst for blood. Okay.
I feel someone's eyes upon my neck.
You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion. All smiling, all dead. Thanks to the good Dr. Reid.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary, I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reid? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reid, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for me.
Mary, wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
Oh, so that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. Killed me, brother! Kiss me again, brother. Away Nurse Queen's mind. You're a monster! Kinslayer! What have you done? to me, Jonathan.
I'll go feed off the priest.
Kinslayer!
Been defeated.
Christ! Someone help me!
Yeah, I won't be able to do this unless it's not the more blood. I need to go back and find some. Oh, hello. I'll talk to you later. These are rats.
Christ! Someone help me!
Kinslayer! Kiss me again, sweet brother. You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Rest in peace, give me your blood, priest. Final thoughts are just to die for. You killed me, brother! Come to me, Jonathan. Abomination! What have you done? Assassin! Kinslayer! Kiss me again, sweet brother.
But I'm not gonna feed off the priest. But I have to. I have to, because if I don't, she's gonna drink from him, so. And there's no way that I can see. Doesn't seem to be any way I can stop her. I'm not liking that they're giving me too little blood to do this. I think as well this weapon's using a bit too much stamina. I prefer my my bludgeoning. That's only adding 3 stamina points, so I use my bludgeoning.
Assassin! Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. Come to me, Jonathan.
That's a lot of
You've
damage.
burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster. What have you done? You've killed me, brother. Rest in peace, monster. Kinslayer!
This is the hardest fight in the game. So.
Kiss me again, sweet brother. Assassin! I'll kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton! Come to me, Jonathan. Abomination!
So how I gotta look at the other battlefield. Like, because it's spawning all behind me. And to think I hadn't leveled up before that fight as well. Can I get enough XP to level up somewhat? Is it worth it? No. I'm gonna feed on the priestesses again. I need the blood.
Assassin! Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. Come to me, Jonathan.
Dodged it.
Kinslayer!
me again, sweet brother. You killed me, brother. Rest in peace, monster. You left me to rot.
Of course. I should have expected that. Basically what I'm just going to have to do is I think I'm just going to have to keep kiting her and use the frenzy ability. But even that's not great. I don't have any other major abilities. I don't have any other ultimate abilities. That's what's going to have to be. Am I doing enough stun damage? I don't have to do enough damage at all. Get the bullets, I need them. Yeah, it's just one of the major hurdles is I just don't get resistance.
Slayer! Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature. Kiss me again, sweet brother.
The aggravated damage, I really appreciate it.
You killed me, brother! Come to me, Jonathan.
Just how much damage?
You've burned away no mind. You're a monster! You rest in peace, monster.
No!
Assassin! What have you done? You left me to rot. I'll make you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton. Come to me, Jonathan.
Strategy of fighting isn't going to work. Getting closer, figuring it out, but I think I'm going to have to pause it there and re-examine, because it's going to get very frustrating. The adrenaline's pumping. It ain't going to work just yet. Maybe do some more side quests. We've got a lot to wrap up. So we've got 2 more pages of that. Go find out who that scout belongs to. Gotta go to this young lady here. Gotta find out the cause of death of that patient. And we've got all these. Burn all the posters. Oh. I didn't realise that was an option. Never mind. My apologies. Oh yes, we can do that as well. So yeah. So yeah, so we've got a fair few quests we can do, get a bit more XP, maybe level up, and then confront Mary again. But yeah, I'm getting shit. Thank you all for watching. Take care. And Stephanie. And yes, again, hardest fight in the game. Just, this is the part I was dreading. But hey, we'll get through it. Alright, see you later. Take care. And Stephanie.